want to talk about the fatigue on the wrists. I do a fair amount of yoga, and I'm thinking if I'm feeling it, you're probably feeling it too. So easy ways to build up strength and be comfortable. A couple of things from home that you can use. So the first is a towel, beach towel. This one is, you can use any towel. This is just a basic throw blanket. You're gonna have your towel as your wrist support. So it looks like this. So you're going to have your wrists on the nice soft towel, and the fingers are angling out and touching the mat. So that helps a lot. That already feels more comfortable. Simple solution for the wrists. The more yoga you do, you will build up your wrist strength. And muscles are flexing, but we're not locking joints. So just a precaution on that. So the other thing is, if you wanted to simplify and having this as maybe your shavasana blanket that you always have nearby, you can just use your blanket. So again, you want to test it out to see that you have support on your wrist. You don't want it too high though, because that's kind of weird and you could slide off. You just want a little support right here, so it's comfy and you can enjoy your yoga. That's the point, right? Okay, and you also want to free the joints up a little bit too. Free them up. Let's see, extending and flexing, rotating. Not just using them in yoga, so it's worth taking some time to take care of your wrist health. The other part of being in cat-cow, table cat-cow, you might find is maybe a little painful or not super comfortable are the knees. Same thing, you can use the towel or you can use the blanket to help alleviate some pain that you might be feeling in your knees. Simple and effective, and something that you already have at home. Other thing is important is to really, really, really love your child's pose, because it's restorative, and it's the part of in yoga when the instructor says, or you put yourself into a child's pose, it feels really good and it's relaxing and restorative. So some things that will help you love your child's pose. If you have a bolster, if you have a cushion from your couch or chair, these tend to be a lot firmer. You could use your pillow. But what you want to do is create some space. So coming all the way down maybe doesn't feel good to you. Keep adjusting and moving around the cushions until you find something that suits you and fits your unique form. Just have them nearby, so when it's time to sink into child's pose, it feels good and relaxing, and you can practice with finding what works for you. You might be in your living room watching TV and you want to practice your child's pose. You probably have blankets and pillows in there, so you can give it a try. So this is knees apart here, knees together. And the other thing with this is you can use your blanket. If you have any knee pain, you can use a blanket under or your towel. Make adjustments to what is going to feel good for you. So good. Point is, you want to be able to sink into your child's pose and feel this restorative, nice restorative stretch in your back, and just kind of let go. A feeling of surrender should be able to come over you. So you see a lot of people start yoga and they're in this sukhasana, seated, cross-legged pose here. And what's super comfortable, again, using the big cushion from the couch giving you some height. So your hips up, your hips are up. It's much more comfortable sitting here on these two cushions. You can just use any pillows, cushions, blankets, stacked into a place where it makes you feel comfortable. This is a nice place to meditate. You can meditate with lifted hips using these cushions. You can also meditate in your kitchen chair, your dining room chair. The point is, when you do meditate, you want to be able to breathe fully, and you want your spine to be supported and straight. So you don't want to you don't really want to be like slouched kind of in this position, like whether you're in bed or you're like, oh, you have like a real super soft couch. You want to feel lifted. You want to feel energy moving up through the body, and the best way to do that is like lengthening your spine in the way that you're sitting. The cushions are key to a comfortable seat. The other thing that you can do, you can have your block here. It's going to be different for everybody, but I have this block here, and then I found that if I put this blanket here, sit like that, it kind of helps me keep a good posture here. Resting my hands on my thighs, I can get nice full breaths. I don't have pain in my knee. I don't feel constricted, and I'm not bearing weight. On my heel, my calf. So it feels really nice, this position. So as you can use this position also. Say you're opening up, you're getting prepped for yoga, or maybe you're meditating. This is what it would look like, and you can start your. Other people might be in cross-legged position, and you might be here. And you can do all your breathing and stretching from here. You can also double up on the blocks, and if you wanted to put 2 yoga blocks under in the back. Try different variations to see what works for you. These minor adjustments, and again, just having a blanket or towel to begin with for yourself to start, I would highly recommend it. You want to love the postures. You want to get that good stretch, that good feeling. You want to be able to catch your breath and not be distracted by like pains and not being comfortable. You don't want to take away from your yoga practice. You want it to be comfortable. Lastly, I'll say all these these extras are really great for Shavasana. So, and legs up the wall. So a restorative pose too, and an inversion is legs up the wall. And typically you would come right up close to the wall, right up close, kind of shift over and come up like this. And that's fine, but can be even better. Something right under your, tailbone back, lower back here. And again, try different things. This might be just enough. This might feel really good. You could try with the blanket, see what works for you. Nice to take a little pressure off the lower back and even raise yourself high. So this is lifting my hips a little bit more. Relaxing. Just calming you down. And lastly, Shavasana, which is your final resting pose, is again simple things that you have at home can make so much difference here. So nice to have something under the knees, under your head, or maybe it's just like under your neck for support. Some people go as far as even cushioning their arms. It's kind of better to have 2 pillows under the arms at the same level. Yeah, this is so much better. Maybe you're listening to a meditation. Maybe you are listening to a book, music, whatever, just to relax you. Think about using these props to get you into a more restful state. I hope this helps you feel more comfortable in yoga and maybe opens up your mind to giving yoga a try. Hope this helps. Take care. Be well.